Good morning. Welcome to the Women in Leadership Body, Mind, Soul, and Business podcast. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Heather. Together, we are working to connect women in leadership and business to build relationships and empower each other, improving the health and wellness of the community, body, mind, and soul, sharing the heart and souls of who we are and what we do.
Today's special guest, Rae Ann Hall, hides her superpower behind her insurance work at Hall Insurance Agency. But her real superpower, she is an author, speaker, and mindset coach who helps people tap into their inner strength, their inner warrior, and overcome adversities, as well as limiting beliefs through intentional thinking using her result cycle. Rae Ann, we're so excited to have you today.
Thank you. I'm so happy and honored to be here. I love you, ladies.
We love you so much. So we met Rae Ann Hall several months ago now. You've known her for about a year or more. Is that right?
I don't know. I think we met at the noon networking, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I've only been going to that since like July.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've known Rae Ann for a few months, and she's always been this face of Rae Ann Hall, Hall Insurance Agent. You know who to call, Rae Ann Hall, right?
Exactly.
And there's this
My tag.
right, and there's this really big piece of you that we just recently found out, and that is with the Now Networking. So why don't you tell us a bit more about that? What is Now Networking? What is your mission, vision, philosophy? The heart of what you do, why you do it.
No, I don't want anyone to think that she's not an amazing insurance agent because I personally used her. She's great. She does other things, right? She does the other side of insurance life. So I love that about you. And but this Now Networking.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it actually ties into my insurance agency business plan because I always had in there a piece of, giving back to the community. And I wanted to do that in the form of scholarships to young women overcoming adversities. And so I formed this nonprofit called Now Networking, and that's my charity leg of my insurance agency business. But Now Networking is taken off. It's a women's organization. And we actually help each other. We network for business, but it's a twofold mission because, like I said, the other part of it is giving back to the community through scholarships. Mm-hmm. And we go out to the girls that are graduated from high school. They put in applications and we narrow it down to 3. Then we interview them. And mainly we're just looking for girls who've been through some things and they need some women to rally around them and support them as they go through college. And our program's unique because we give them money every year. We mentor them every year. And when they either graduate or go into their career, we also have a second phase where we help them to transition into that and build their business through our networking group. So it's really kind of a cool program, and it's been fun to share that with more people lately.
I love that this is a life program, that you follow them and you mentor them through some of the most difficult challenges and choices that they will make in their lives. And I think that is so cool and so important. And that you take these girls who have challenges through adversity and you build them up and you empower them and just really work with, just really
the individual where they're at, because coming from a place where you don't have everything you need, or you have an abusive situation or a homeless situation or all of that all together, right? Like that you don't know what someone's gone through, and to have that extra layer of support that absolutely
yes, and we're so passionate about that
to keep going.
Yes, so empowering. Yeah. It's so empowering for all that are involved. So but like you mentioned, these young women going through stuff. Oh, sorry, I think I talked over you. Sorry, couldn't hear you. But anyway, the thing is like you were mentioning, they're overcoming adversities, and some of that is abandonment. And for us to say, no, we're not just going to give you money for the first year and leave. We're actually going to stick with you as long as you'll let us, and help you even into your career 4 years from now or 2 years from now, whatever you choose, because some of them go through a vocational thing. But to have women sticking by you long term, when maybe in the past you haven't had people who are consistent, that consistency is also another piece of our passion and mission. So anyway, I could talk for hours about it. So I'll try to, get less excited.
Absolutely. And if we've sparked your interest or sparked your curiosity, how would someone contact you to take part, maybe become a sponsor or take part, a coach, or want to get involved, like
donating,
like how would somebody do that?
Okay, so donating, go to givechangeinspire.com. It'll take you to our donating page. If you want to become a member, reach out to me. My number is 425-218-8277. Our official website for Now Networking is another great place for people to see. We are a 501c3. Like I said earlier, we're a nonprofit, but that website is nownetworkingwa.com. So we've been on King 5 News, and Amity Idrisi has been a supporter of us. We have a gala coming up on March 31st, which will be posted to the website by the end of next week. But for now, givechangeinspire.com is a great place to donate. We sure appreciate it. Can't do it without you.
Right. And let me tell you, Rae Ann knows how to put on a party. Okay, so that gala is sure to be a blast, because I saw some photos and other things of the last event that you put on,
and several people in our circle
went, and it looked like it was so fun. Unfortunately, we weren't able to make it, but you know what? We are gonna put
I'm
that
going
on
next
calendar.
year.
We're gonna make it happen. It's gonna be a thing.
You don't want to miss a Rae Ann Hall party, okay? I'm just telling you.
In June, we're going to be on a boat on
Feel
Lake
good
Union,
about it.
so come to that.
Ooh.
Oh,
That would be
that's
fun.
awesome. All right. We got March 31st. In June, we're going on a boat. Okay.
There you go.
We're got
Filling
this.
the calendar up. All right.
So
I love it.
this whole cause for you is I understand it is super personal. It's a personal journey that you decided to like, you needed that help and support when you were younger, and now you want to create that help and support for someone else. And I think that's really, really lovely and really, really beautiful. And
my mentor, the
really
greatest mentor I've ever had, Doyle Stokes, he said, after I left his office, I said, what am I going to do? You've done so much for me. How can I give back to you? And he said, go and do it for others. And so that's why I'm passionate about doing this.
That's beautiful.
I love that. Love that.
In addition to this other great work, you've actually written and published not one, but 2 books. I just want to do a plug for that, because I was super excited, and I didn't get those links copied because Amazon has really long links, but you can find her on Amazon.
Yeah, if you can search Rae Ann Hall, my author page will show up in Amazon.
I guess that leads us to today's meditation, you guys. Today's meditation from Meditations from the Mat. If you can sit cross-legged, that's fine. If you but you don't necessarily want to
have one leg up or one leg down.
Yeah,
feel balanced,
both feet on the floor, or cross your legs. Sit up nice and tall if you're driving. Park somewhere safe. Just take a few.
Don't close your eyes while you're driving.
Nice big deep breaths. We are on day 19 from Meditations from the Mat. Well, darkness has a hunger that's insatiable, and lightness has a call that's hard to hear. Indigo Girls. I read recently that a new war crime has been added to the list of crimes the United Nations is prosecuting. I spent some time digesting this information, willing myself to envision its victims and to imagine its perpetrators as my brothers and sisters. I tried to feel for a moment the suffering of human beings lost in the living hell that is war. My work with children and families in the relatively quiet towns and cities of the United States has given me a sense of the universality of that suffering. There is no end to it, and we minimize its truth or believe that we are somehow disconnected from it at our own peril. Not long ago, a friend of mine went to a gas station to call for help with her drug problem. She couldn't use the phone in her apartment because she had already sold it for drugs. A few months later, after cleaning up her act a little, she went back to using drugs, only to experience far greater consequences this time. Who among us has not either fallen into a downward spiral or been afraid of following in my friend's footsteps? Who has not known the insatiable hunger of darkness? Lightness has a call that's hard to hear, but each time we choose to hear it, the call becomes a little clearer. We spend our days badgered by voices that tell us to judge others, fear others, harm others, or harm ourselves. But we are not obligated to listen to those voices or even to take responsibility for them. They may be where we come from, but they are not where we are going. There is another voice, a voice that shines. Ahimsa is the practice of listening to that voice of lightness, cultivating that voice, trusting that voice, acting upon that voice. Take a couple more deep breaths, and I'm going to read that last part again. We are not obligated to listen to those voices or even take responsibility for them. They may be where we come from, but they are not where we are going. There is another voice, a voice that shines. Ahimsa is the practice of listening to that voice of lightness, cultivating that voice, trusting that voice, acting upon that voice. Oh my goodness. I just got chills with that because we have been talking, Heather and I, about the power of your voice for like a month.
It's been really
or more.
Something that I personally have had to work through, being okay stepping into my own voice. And even right now,
Right.
yeah,
She's like,
I get like all this energy in my chest and stuff, and I have to really work through it to just keep talking. And when I'm being heard, I feel it like here. Like it's different. It's a different feeling entirely. So that was really crazy. And it went right along with our topic of the week of Samyoga.
Mm-hmm. And so Samyoga is confusion, right? It is figuring out truth from falsehood, reality from in reality. And sometimes that's a really fine line, and you really have to, take some time to figure it out. And what truth is for you might not be truth for somebody else. And I think that is super important to remember when we look at different people's perspectives in the realm of, relationships, because that's what business is. Business is relationships. Because you're not gonna, I don't know, you're not gonna put your money somewhere where you haven't, like, there's some kind of energy exchange, right?
Especially women, like we really will feel that very intentionally, like the feminine energy. If the energy isn't flowing, like we won't feel good about it, right?
Right.
What are your thoughts, Rae Ann?
Oh yeah, I think that women's intuition is pretty huge, and we we tend to follow it. And we're in whatever type of transaction, even if it's in a relationship, we really trust our instincts and how we're feeling and how you make me feel. I think Oprah Winfrey or Maya Angelou said, people will always, they will not remember what you said, but they will always remember how you made them feel. I think that's really big for women, that feeling that you get.
Yeah, and I think it's really, this plays right into what you are doing with other women in the community, because you are empowering them by giving them a voice.
Yes.
For themselves.
And a safe
Definitely.
place.
My whole body just vibrated.
I know. I just keep
was
getting
just like,
goosebumps. I'm so excited. This year is going to be amazing. We've already decided it. It's so.
It's decided.
On that note, Rae Ann, did you happen to do the thing where you pick a word for the year? Did you do that for yourself?
Well, I think if I were to narrow it down to one word, it'd be focus. Just to really focus on what I'm doing, because I'm trying to raise the level of standard, the standard of excellence in my life in all areas, whatever I'm doing, being a mother, being a wife, raising the bar a little bit. But for me, to do that, I need to focus and be present of where I'm, what I'm doing. So right now I'm with you. I need to be laser focused in on that and put all my energy in that. And then when I'm with my daughter, to focus and put all my energy on that, instead of thinking, oh, I got to do this for the gala coming up in March. And oh yeah, I got to do this for church and I got to do this for work. Just take all that out and focus on her, and I feel like that's going to help me have more balance and really make it more enriching in life, to experience each aspect of it, to just fully be present and focus on what I'm focusing on at that moment.
I love that. We get so lost in doing all the things all the time and multitasking, because we're really good multitaskers as women,
exactly.
Right? Because a lot of times we have to be, but we have to be able to pull back and be present.
Yes.
Especially for our loved ones. Like you said, you're gonna focus on her for that time. This is my time with her. I'm going to focus on her because that's what's important right now. That's priority number one. Forget everything else. Right?
Yeah, and set your phone down when you're with your daughter. I keep telling myself, leave it in the room or leave it somewhere else. I'm with her now.
Oh, I love that.
I think going and putting my phone in the other room,
right?
When it's my son's time with me, because I just as an entrepreneur, we're always on, we're always going. It's always things are always clicking away, and I just okay, maybe take a couple pictures. I'm gonna go put this away, and we got a couple of pictures of us together, but I'm gonna put my phone away and just have us time. And it's really, I've noticed it's helped my son and I a lot.
Yeah, I've been focusing a little bit more on trying to anyway with my kids, and it is hard because you've got all kinds of things going on. We've got Fridgie everywhere, and we need to focus it down and really, pay attention. Right, it's that mindfulness.
I like the word focus. I'm gonna add it to the list of words I've got going from all my people around me.
Yeah, and we've heard some really, really, really great words this week. A few of the words that have been big on top of things this week have been decide, choose. What else?
Those are the big ones.
Those are the big ones.
Decide and choose. You have a choice. And when you decide to do something and you have chosen that decision, that is going to
take
give
action.
You're going to have that embodied.
You almost, you could almost start with desire. And then the choice, really, what do you desire? And you focus on all your desires, because that's the thing that motivates us and gets us feeling. And so much comes from feeling. So, cultivating those desires and knowing what you really want out of life, and then making the choice to take action on it. That's my take on what you're saying.
Yeah, that's the whole path, right? That now we have the whole path.
Yeah.
instead of like, how do we get to deciding, right? Like somebody, I can remember being at that time in my life where I didn't know what I wanted. Like I didn't know what I was going to do or how I was going to do it or what was going to happen.
I gotta learn that U2 song, Desire.
Fire.
Yeah, right?
I love it.
You know, that
Yes.
really is what motivates you and gets you going, you know, what you're feeling inside, what your desire is. And, you know, if you want to have success and you're focused on it, you're going to make the right choice. You're going to take action. You're going to follow through. You're going to be consistent and you're going to create the life you want. Go
Now-
team.
Woo! 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 Oh yeah. I love it.
Speaking of teamwork,
How did we go from meditating to cheering? That was pretty crazy.
It's me. That's me, my personality.
I love it. Let's
Right.
bring it. Let's bring it.
Bring it on, ladies.
2022. Woo, woo. Okay, sorry.
Another
Have a
thing
thought,
we
miss.
are doing is with our cause of the quarter. It is now January, you guys. Our cause of the quarter this quarter is going to be the Now Networking, Rae Ann Hall's mission, and
Thank you.
we're so looking forward to supporting you in this way. So if you would like to support the Now Networking, we will be sharing their links and stuff in our podcast all month long or all quarter
All
long.
quarter long, we'll have
Um,
the links so that you can donate, and I'll make sure that we get in the website givechangeinspire.com so that you can make sure you donate directly to them. But if you donate through the podcast, you just need to hashtag for what it's for, and we put that all in the description. It is important to give back. Entrepreneurs are leading the way in giving in the community, and Rae Ann has embodied that in her business model and already showing us how to do that.
Mhm.
And part of our business model is supporting other people doing amazing things in the community. So thank you so much, Rae Ann.
Thank you. I
we
sure
have-
appreciate it. We all do, you know, and most people want to give back, but they don't know how. And so for us grassroots, you know, organizations, we provide a way for you. If you can donate, you're giving back and we'll do the work. We'll do the footwork if you can help us out. So anyway, thank you.
we have a few events coming up. Our weekly readings from the Path of the Yoga Sutras. I am posting a separate video to our YouTube channel as opposed to reading the entire chapter during the podcast. So go to the YouTube channel to check those out. Those will be dropping weekly on Mondays. And then you can also catch us for a live chat to start the week's discussion. Sometime on Mondays, we will be going live to actually talk about the chapter, and you're welcome to join that discussion. We'd love to have you.
Eventually there will be a time probably
Yeah,
attached to that.
we're still
And we
working on
still
the
haven't
time.
figured out, but we're doing it by the end of the day. So no matter what Facebook Live does to us, we will get it done.
We'll figure it out. And of course, go check out the Women Empowering Women Business E-Summit. It is fabulous, like we said. And this year for me is in a year of abundance and joy. So, and then for Heather, her words this year are heirloom and legend. Be sure to like and follow us on social media at Women in Leadership BSMB. Shoot us an email if you would like to be a guest, or if you have any questions or anything like that, at womeninleadershipbsmb@gmail.com. And Heather has been on a journey of her own.
Yes, I made the decision to get healthier, and I found that there's a lot more to what that means than just what I'm eating or how many times I walk around the block, right? There's a whole, this is part of that, right?
Mhm.
Having these discussions is part of that. This week I've been digging deep into making sure that we know the right people are giving us the push when we need it. So do you have the right people in your life that are gonna, hold you and let you have your moment and then give you the push like, okay, now keep going, like you got this, like you had a moment. Are you surrounding yourself with those people? So we have all made a list of the 5 people we're spending the most time with and looking at that. Are there negative people in your life or your news feed that you need to unfollow or heaven forbid, delete? Okay, there's I give you permission to do these things if you need it. And then
set those boundaries.
Yeah, because that's really good for you and a really good example. So what are you putting in your mind? It's like to encourage you to double check your alarm and make sure it is not playing the news for you first thing in the morning. Okay, I
Right.
accidentally did that in December.
Oh, I did that on my phone on accident, and
I couldn't understand
forever.
why I was like starting each day feeling so like how all of a sudden, I mean, it's already a kind of year. So I thought, right? Like it's already hard to deal with all the emotions and things that come up in this time of the year. And then I did that to myself. I was like, wow, okay, let's fix that right now. Like, so just making sure that what you're listening to and reading. And then I went one step further, and the 5 people that I want to spend more time with. So I included women in my network that I am just absolutely adoring and loving the work that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also included the people that I'm listening to on audiobooks, because I'm spending time with those people.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to look at like, okay, what is happening? So every input is valid. So there's so many levels that you can keep working on that. It's kind of really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, as part of my mission this year, I'm going to start talking about a different ingredient or something that we could be taking into our bodies that are going to help us. So that's going to be part of our plan going forward. I don't have an ingredient of the day today because it's the first week of January and it's been a month of January already. So but that's okay. We just ran out of time, and that's what happens.
Things coming down the pipeline, things to look forward to. Yes, we're always working on improving and getting better every single day. So you guys just get the first take on these things as they come around. So thank you for joining us.
I would like to do a quote of the day. It's by Jane Fonda. Instead of drifting along like a leaf in the river, understand who you are and how you come across to people and what kind of an impact you have had on people around you and the community around you and the world, so that when you go out, you can feel you have made a positive difference.
That takes a lot of work to be able to understand who you are and how you present yourself to the world. Right. And, it takes work to be in a place where you're comfortable and authentic with who you are 100%. Right. We are told all these stories when we're growing up that become our story. And, you don't have to be a slave to your story. And you have a voice, and your voice is valid, and you are amazing just the way you are.
Can I interject one thing?
Go for it.
Absolutely.
I just want to say that our mission and what I'm always saying to the girls is, what happened to you doesn't define you. It's how you move forward. And we've heard that in different ways, but that's been my motto all my life. It's not what happened to me. It's how I'm moving forward that defines me. And that's what it defines me too.
Exactly. And this is why having these conversations with each other in a safe place, working through this stuff will help us not only personally, but in our businesses, and using these tools and moving forward and knowing that you're valued, honored, complete.
Yes.
You need to know that because it's only going to projectile you further in your business life.
Yeah.
So we're here to talk to you and empower you and keep moving forward.
Heck yeah. I would like to thank you, Rae Ann, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Much.
All of her contact information is going to be dropped in the description. So be sure that you hook up with her. She can take care of all your insurance needs and hook you up with the Now Networking Group.
Yes. I'm so excited.
Thank you for listening and watching the Women in Leadership Body, Mind, Soul, and Business podcast. Without you, this community wouldn't be the same. Be sure to follow us on social media, Women in Leadership, BSMB, and download and listen to on your favorite podcast location, including Facebook. Smash that button to stay up to date on all the exciting happenings.
If you're interested in being part of our podcast in some way, whether it's by sponsoring, being a guest, or joining our team, please email us at womeninleadershipbsmb@gmail.com. We're looking forward to connecting and building relationships with more community leaders.
Yes, that is you.
Keep doing what you're doing, ladies. This is amazing. I love all the people you bring on.
Thank you
We
so
love
much.
you.
So you, our listeners and watchers, you are women in leadership, and we look forward to joining you to joining our table. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're building a bigger table, ladies. So we'd love for you to join us. Thank you for joining us and tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Namaste.
Namaste.